Good morning, it's UK lockdown day 64, Tuesday 26th of May 2020. The main media's claws are now on Dominic Cummings, following the discovery of his actions driving his family to Durham, where his parents live. No one knows the actual circumstances apart from him. What he did at the time, in the position he had, was to do the best for his family. And even if looking back on it now, and the decision he took doesn't look the best, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. At the time he made the call, I'm sure it was the best that he thought was for him. Yet again, ongoing in our saga, fingers are pointed, you said this and you did the other. But always remember, Ted, when you point a finger, there's three pointing back at yourself. So what does that say? Anyway, proven, captured on camera by the Pap themselves, recording the Pap outside Dominic's house down in London, waiting to doorstep him like a pack of hyenas. No protection in place, no social distancing happening. Just shows they like to report on others but not do it themselves. So it just all looks so very hypocritical to me. Dominic has stated he did not talk to Boris prior to taking these movements with his family. With his position, i.e. advisor to Boris and the government, which is, quite an important job, I guess, in our society. He had the predicament of forward planning the welfare of what was best for his family and him to continue. He says he didn't have anybody reasonably that he could have help looking after his kid in London if he needed it. His concern was, as his wife was feeling ill, he may well follow. So, do we give him the benefit of the doubt for thinking that he can't rely on anybody locally and he needed to travel a distance? Anyway, because of the main media, Dominic has had to endure threats of violence on social media and in person at his home. Yeah, threats of violence at his home. And I'm in no doubt all those people that give him the threats were innocent. Remember. Anyway, he decided, for the best and for the welfare of his family, to go to his parents' property, which was up in Durham, a few miles away, quite a few miles away, and not to stay in his parents' house, but in the cottage on the land, which is away from his parents' home. His sister also lives up there, in another property on the land, but again, away from the other two homes. His logic was, if the worst case scenario hit, his nieces could look after his kid. Fair enough. And if his wife turned out to be okay, she could remain there with the kid in safety, away from everything. The nearest neighbours being half a mile away. If you're a rural person, you can have miles or metres from the next neighbour. If you're Tony, then you think of a neighbour being next door. So anyway, these ones were half a mile away, so not really in close proximity. And don't forget, his parents have a property which sounds fair size and it's private. Dominic, his wife and his kid all had Rona symptoms, and his kid did spend a night in hospital after all with suspected symptoms. Days later, they went for a walk in the wood being on his father's property, private property and private wood. So the F what? Is that an issue? You're not allowed to stick on the property you're on? 2 weeks after first showing symptoms, Dominic wanted to return to work, and taking his own medical advice from expert advisors, he decided to go for it. He had a small test drive with his wife. He didn't visit any castles, but he did stop while out on the drive and chatted with his wife next to a river, alone, social distancing. They talked and decided to return to London the following day. On the contrary to what the main media are reporting, he went back up to his parents the following week. That is unproven, and he denies this. So you have to decide whose word to take on that. At the end of the day, he did what he thought be best for his family, sticking to the rules in place. Instead of just listening to the media, maybe read the rules yourself. Be informed and make your decision from that. And thinking and comparing with crowded beaches and all. Remember the fingers. With unemployment heading in the wrong direction, should we sack everyone that makes a mistake? And in Dominic's case, was it a mistake? Or did he do what he thought best, and he did it within the rules? Read the rules and make your own decision, instead of us all pointing without knowing the full facts. Anyway, what kind of Nazi state are we all becoming in our current predicament? Anyway, me and Ted will now carry on, go home and do our own little thing. Peace.